Hello and welcome to another episode of Farming Simulator 25. As you can see, guys, we have moved into January 2, which I will just confirm in a moment. Right, guys, I have just done a little bit of research into our sell anything point, and I have basically given us the money just to buy this land. This icon has now appeared. Now, I don't know if this is gonna work, actually. I'm kind of just hoping to maybe give this a little bit of a whirl, and yeah, I don't know if this is gonna work, to be quite honest. But we now have the icon on the map for the sell anything point. It might be a case of we didn't own the land. It's the downside to when you can place something on land you don't own. The icons and everything's just kind of just not there. Now, it doesn't explain why it didn't work on our sell point at the farm. But I just wanted to try it. There's not a lot in here. There's just a little bit. If not, we're gonna have to start maybe looking at using someone else's mod and just editing it. You know, making us like a copy of it and editing it, and basically just add in just buffalo milk. Now, I have looked in the sell anything mod. And the sell anything mod does have buffalo milk. So I don't really know why it's not being accepted, unless I've got a mod conflict. So that's the only thing that can kind of put me in a. Is it that the reason why we're not working? Is that the reason? I right now I don't know. All I know is that we can't sell anything at the moment at our sell anything mod, or at least the product we want to sell. We want to sell milk. We want to sell buffalo milk. If not, I will go into our dairy and I'm just gonna have to increase the capacities. The problem is if we're not selling the thing, it's gonna be a little bit more difficult. Can I just leave that there? I want to do this one at a time, to be quite honest. See what I mean? Milk is not accepted here. And I don't understand why. I just wanted to look on the collision, to be quite honest. But yeah, it's saying our sell point. It's basically just saying that milk isn't accepted, and well, there's nothing we can really do about it. There's a couple of different sell points with it, you know, a couple of different collision points within this, but as you can see, we still cannot sell anything. Oh, hang on, did you see that? Whoa, 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 there. There. Right, okay, we can sell. Just... Okay, apparently our sell point is... Right. This is really, really weird. Let me just get this over here. Let me just get this second trailer over here. So it is accepting, but in the very, very small. This is why I don't like these kind of mods sometimes. Now, it sounds daft because I've created one of these mods myself on FS22. But this doesn't help when I can't really... But it is visible now. We did see that. The question is where is the milk sell point? Because, well, buffalo milk sold here. Right, so that doesn't sell there. So this is very weird. Now, I know it's kind of a little bit of a waste of an episode, guys, but I'm kind of seeing if anyone... You know, someone might come across this and be like, you know, thank you so much. You know, I've been having the same problem. But no, that does not seem to want to sell. That just, I don't really know what's going on with this. How come I can now sell buffalo milk? Brief. Is it? Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. I've just had an awful feeling about something. This could be user error. I might have just put the milks in the wrong ones. I'm just wondering something. Let me just drive up here. If we can get to the bottom of this, this would be absolutely brilliant. Because this has now been plaguing us for at least 2 episodes. Well, this is the 2nd episode. I'm wondering if the tanker is not very compatible with the sell point. So I've now technically just swapped the milk over from one tanker to another. Shouldn't really be able to do that, but yeah. Let's try going back this way. I think it might be this tanker, to be honest. I don't know if that's gonna... This action kit, it just won't take the milk. So yeah, we finally get rid of the buffalo milk, but I can't get rid of this one. So yeah, the buffalo milk was the biggest problem though, I suppose, at the end of the day. Oh, hang on. Dump milk here. Am I just basically putting that in? I think I'm just putting that into another tanker. I think that's all I've done right now. I think is just put it into the tanker at the back, which doesn't help actually. Yeah, I have. All I've done now is put that into the back tanker. Now let me just double check something. This is really doing my head in. This is like 40 minutes now of trying to freaking sell milk at a sell anything point because it doesn't bloody work. I'm wondering if it's a tanker issue. There we go. It's a tanker issue, guys. It's a tanker issue. We have officially sold milk. It's a tanker issue. It doesn't like unloading. So we're going to have to look at the way this tanker unloads. Very strange. But we've made progress. We can now sell milk and buffalo milk. Like I say, I'll keep the price of that land. I did give it in. When we come to adding how much we've made on this series, we just won't include the cost of that land. So there you go, guys. If you use this mod from from the mod hub, it doesn't sell the milk from it. The only downside is these little back tankers are not big enough. So what I might have to do is we might have to in future look into adding a bigger capacity to them. 700 litres of goat milk. How much goat milk can we fit into our production? So yeah, this is kind of what we're going to be doing again today. We've just got our farm to look after, basically. Goat milk. Oh, it can go into there actually. Bit of room in there, bit of room there, yeah. Oh, right. So yeah. I don't mind having to convert from one tank into another when we get to a sell point. It does work. I might just make these back tankers into 5,000 litre tanks and I won't have a problem. I know that in theory they shouldn't be 5,000 litres, but if it's going to make my life easier by selling the product, that's good enough for me. I'll just take that kind of... I don't want to say I just take that hit, but you know, we will just sell it a 5,000 litre capacity. It's not my fault. The sell point is not accepted. Like we use this tanker down at the dairy. We have no problems at the dairy. Let me just drop that there. Let me do that there. So what we need to do now, guys, is if you noticed, our spinnery is full of wool. We have another piece of another pallet of sugar there. I've lost my flatbed trailer. Where did I put it? I abandoned it down here. We do have a little bit more slurry, so I do want to get the slurry tanker back up and running from the last episode, and this is where he is going to be, and I think we just leave it at that, and he'll do whatever he doesn't do is what he doesn't do, really. But we do have a nice big pile of poop as well, so we do need to be looking and hoping and praying a manure spreader comes in soon, and technically that is one. Would you believe it or not, that is one, but I'm not paying £76,000 for one spreader. I will rent one first. Let's go and get the wool, and we can deal with this. But yeah, he's kind of carried on from where he was, so that's quite handy. He will run out relatively quickly. Like I say, I'm just trying to put down as much as I possibly can while we have it. Planting season will be upon us very soon, and yeah, I'm thinking of putting sorghum in one of the fields again. I might put sorghum in where the sunflowers was. We want sugar beet. Ideally we want sugar beet, but I don't know. We're gonna have to look at what we can do production wise. The small productions are relatively, well, they are very small indeed. So let's get this wool into here. Lovely. So that is 1, 2, 3. So that's 3,000 litres to be sold. Ooh. I'm getting stuck because I'm running too fast. That is another one. Let's just put that into there. Slide that along there like that. Lovely. Okay, it's not going to slide apparently. That'll do. We're only selling it at, we're basically going back to the sell anything point, and that is 5,881 litres of wool. We are well on our way to making or buying the bakery. We're going to buy the bakery, and like I say, we're going to basically we're going to make some bread with the flour that we make next time round. Now we don't have the flour right now. You know, that kind of sucks, but there might be something we can do. I don't think there will be. So we're going to buy a bakery, and then we're not really going to be able to use it for a little bit, but that's fine. We'll use it when we can, but what we will do is we will start trying to slide some things across. Just wondering there. There we go. £10,000, guys. £10,000. We've still got sugar to buy as well, which is really, really good. Now I don't know when the best price is for the sugar. Let's just have a little look on the sugar. Oh, we need to go to the dairy. We need to go down to the dairy. We're using the wrong tractor for this. This tractor is so slow. We bought the lime ready to do the liming in the episode as well. So we've got loads to be doing. But right now, like I say, we'll just deal with the productions now. And then if we've got enough time in this episode, we'll start the liming. And we can like just start time-lapsing of that. Oh, the buffalo milk's just the selling of the milk has just plagued me with issues. Tell you what though, it is absolutely mapping. My room is 28 degrees and getting hotter. Now when I first started recording about an hour ago, because I did Wednesday, I'm doing Wednesdays and Thursdays episodes today due to the wife's birthday. Well, when you're watching this, it was yesterday. Yeah, it was just like 22, I think it was. No, well, it was, but it was on its way to 23. It was 22.5 degrees when I first came into this room today. And yeah, long story short, it is mathing now. Honestly, I'm kind of getting to the point now where I can't really cope with this heat. Like I was trying to explain in previous episodes, I am a winter person. I prefer the winter. I prefer it when it's cold. If you're cold, you can make yourself warm. When you've got to the point where you're so hot and bothered that there is nothing you can do to cool down. There's not a thing you can do. What am I supposed to do? You know what I mean? My wife has a Ninja slush machine, and we were having slushies yesterday, which is all well and good. But by the time I got to the bottom of the glass, it was that hot, it had melted, and I was just basically having a drink. So yeah, even that didn't help. I've tried having warm drinks. It doesn't make any difference. Like I say, I get all hot and bothered, and there's just nothing I can do about it to like cool myself down. You have a cold shower. It's lovely having a cold shower. The minute you step out of the shower, you're already starting to get warm. But anyone who does have air conditioning in their home in the UK, I am very jealous. I am not one of them. Just want to point that out. I am not one of them. We run out of yeah, we must have run out of slurry again, guys. We must have done. But yeah, we've got this field to finish here. We've got that field there to put a little bit of manure on. We've got the grass field needs a little bit of manure on, and we need to lime the lot. And I mean the lot. We need to lime everything. Our field up there is looking very nice and germinated. It's looking great. That is looking nice, like I say. No point rolling until we've done everything. Get things planted in, and then we'll roll, and then we'll deal with that. We've got plenty of sugar. I don't know if it's worth keeping some sugar at the moment and butter ready for the ready for the bakery. Don't know. We might have to get a greenhouse and start making some strawberries. I'm thinking, what do we need to make cake? Even if we just make a couple of cakes before the end of this series, because I am thinking this series is going to come to an end sooner rather than later. It's a shame because I really enjoyed this series and I kind of don't want it to end, but you know, viewership has dropped on it. No one's exactly commenting much, so these kind of maps do run, you know, series do run a course, and I don't really know how to keep it going and get people really interested when they're already not watching. But like I said, and I've said this many times before, I've only maybe got 2 more maps. One is technically on the multiplayer server, and one was ready for the live stream. And to be quite honest, it's yeah, I'm just struggling with it. Like I said, there's been no good quality maps come out. I know Oxygen David brought out Oak Bridge, which is basically just Calmsden with a different name, and that's all well and good, but it just isn't. It's just, yeah, I don't. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. There's just not really any what I would call good maps. I don't like American maps; they're too big and open. I like other style maps. So we've done the butter, we've done the cheese, done the canola. So sunflower oil is 3386. Right. So next month should be the canola oil, the sunflower oil. Sorry. Sugar is 871, so that's nearly there. Wheat, that's just what we've got for our things. We've got one egg, which is, yeah, we've missed eggs by a lot now. That sucks. Chocolate is, we've nearly got a pallet of chocolate, and right now that's $4 grand. That's my only problem. Everything's gonna have to go to the sell anything point soon. So let's have a look. So yeah, we've kind of done and we dealt with that. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to leave this here. We're going to rent a trailer and we're going to do a little, get a little bit of liming done. Actually, if we start this liming, we need to get the whole liming finished. So we need a fertilizer spreader. So where will I find that fertilizer spreader? We're going to go into there. We're going to go into the big capacity. We're going to go on to the bigger spreaders. We're going to lease that 2,800, and that is worth every penny. I'll tell you what we will do actually. Let's just pull this off of here. Just want that to get out of the way. There we go. So what we're going to do now is we're basically going to fill that slurry, that spreader, and we're going to literally just get this into a little bit of a time lapse once it's loaded, and we're gonna knock out all these fields. This might be the longest time lapse I ever do, but I've only got enough time to do one kind of time lapse, and I don't want to take this spreader into February because that means we'll be paying for another month on the spreader. So yeah, we're gonna get this done as much as we can. I love how it's spawned that at the opposite side of my line. Come on. This is 2,000 a bag, isn't it? If I remember rightly with lime. Yes, it is. If we look from above, that's 6. Wow, this is a big capacity. Yeah. I'm hoping this is going to be enough line to do all these fields, but you know what? I've got an awful feeling it's not. That's 4 bags in here. If we look from above, we can work out which one it is, because it never takes from like the closest one. Like we're using that left top. Wow, crazy. Alright, this should be the last one we're getting here. This might be a little bit too much weight. There we go. We've got 3 bags of lime left. We might as well start... where do we start, really? I think we start on the bottom field. It's nice straight edges. Doesn't matter if we get a bit of awful overhang. As long as we get it done. Although saying that, there we go. Get the steering on. Right, we're gonna get this into a time lapse, guys. We need to get as much of this done as we can in the next couple of minutes. Right guys, that is the end of that time lapse, and to be quite honest, we didn't get remotely as close to the finish as I was expecting. We are gonna have to finish this off recording. I don't know if you noticed during that time lapse, guys, if you want to go back and notice and what I'm about to talk about. Did you notice how the fields when we were liming have gone stripy? They are just not, yeah, they're just not, it just doesn't lime well at all. I don't really know why it does that. It's an issue that's kind of plagued us from the beginning when it comes to precision farming. I enjoy playing with precision farming, but I've kind of not been enjoying it on 25 up to now. Just certain things never seem to really work well. I don't know if you noticed, but I ended up doing like a big massive strip towards the end, and to be honest, it just made life so much easier to do that. And yeah, that's what I'll do now, is like I'll go back down the other way and I'll come up and down until we basically get to this awkward shape up here. But I am going to leave this episode here, guys, because I've got loads I need to get on with today, so I'm going to have to kind of finish this, get the videos edited, get them uploaded and stuff, and then try and log back in if I get time. If not, we will finish these in February, and we'll have to take the hit on the spreader. It's my own fault. We should have been liming over the last couple of days, to be honest, and we just haven't. And yeah, I think that's gonna cost the farm a little bit of money. I think that's the only way we can really do it. But for now, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye for now.